of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Church where she got married. Abatina, oh, who you have there breaking down the door. Tina should have outlived us. Now we pray that she will forgive us. Abatina, oh.
Wake up, rise up. It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
So let's see if we can do all that we can to make sure we start your day really right. So I want to say a very special good morning to everybody tuning in, tuning on, logging on, wherever you may be. This big, old, beautiful world. In spite of everything, it is still a beautiful place. So good morning to you, Trinidad, Tobago. Good morning, neighbors in the Caribbean. Good day to you. Friends and family. Diaspora people. Oh yeah, all you people are streaming all around the globe, different time zone, time slots. Thank you so much for getting up with us each and every day on the New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. Yes, that is it. That is where you are right now. NETT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. And yes, we are taking you above and beyond. So good to be in this space with you. So let me say much thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. And all that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing unto you. Sir Charles, that is me. Happy am I to be in the space with you each and every day. As we welcome you to your Get Up and Go. Everybody, welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Yeah, whatever it is, grab it. Grab it one time. Your morning drink, your coffee, your juice, whatever it is that gets you going, make sure you grab it. And thanks for being here on the Breakfast Show. Of course, let me say good morning to Richard, who I'm sure will join us at some point in time. I know he has a whole lot that he's doing, and the amount of things that he's doing, boy. And of course, to Wendell, who's here with us very early as always. So, Mr. Stephen, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Davis. Good morning, Mr. Raghubar Singh. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's a nice Tuesday morning out. We happy to be in the land of the living, and those celebrating birthdays, happy birthday. I think today, one of our listeners, I'm sure he still listens, Antonio Butts. He is the only person I have for May 26th, 2026. So, hey, look at that. Just go some play with numbers there again. Today is the 26th of the 5th, 26.
Right.
Right, so 26 is what? What is 26 in play with, Sir Charles?
Foul, I think.
Foul?
Yeah.
Look at that. What an appropriate mark for today. Foul, because Lord knows we engaging in some foul business these days. You know? I want to talk about one in particular, which we will poll today, this issue of influencers. I want to give all you a history of that. Where that started from.
Hold on, as you mentioned, before we go there,
I ain't doing it now. I ain't doing it now. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, and the birthdays, superstar Lauryn Hill celebrates her birthday today. She's actually 51 years old now.
Lauren, is that young still?
Yeah, I mean, and she because she came in, anything kind of young too, you know.
Yeah.
Fuji's that stuff. Yeah. So hey.
So Charles, you were playing a tune this morning. Of course, when I log on early and listening, you play some really nice music. I have to tell you that.
Thanks.
And Careless Whisper was playing this morning by George Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, wow, that tune brought back a lot of memories of back in the day, with dancing and thing and going out with you know, and it was always a tune that I loved. I said, but wait, there was some scandals surrounding George Michael at time. You remember that?
I think so. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you and the listeners what it was. Because I went and find out. I said, wait, George Michael was involved in some scandal. But this is what it says. It says George Michael was arrested by an undercover police officer in a public restroom at Will Rogers Memorial Park in Beverly Hills, California in 1998. That's quite a while. The high-profile event, often misremembered as him being caught in an inappropriate position, was the result of a police sting operation targeting individuals engaging in public sexual activity. Here are the facts. On April 7, 1998, Michael was arrested by an undercover Beverly Hills police officer named Marcelo Rodriguez. Michael was charged with a misdemeanor for engaging in a lewd act. He later pleaded no contest, was fined $810, and was ordered to perform 80 hours of community service. The highly publicized arrest forced the singer to publicly come out as gay, as he addressed the situation head-on in subsequent television interviews. George Michael famously embraced the scandal with humor by releasing the hit 1998 single and music video Outside, which satirized the police sting and featured him dancing in a public restroom. Isn't that something?
Yeah, and that is the part of it I remember, where I didn't remember the actual sex scandal of itself, what was happening in the restroom part, but I remember there was some struggles with his sexuality. At that point in time,
Well, he struggled no more because he was doing it in a public restroom and was caught. So he didn't struggle after that.
Yeah.
That's the struggling before.
Yeah, with a lot of things like that, you find too that the kind of pressures that people were under to live their lives at that point in time, the world has moved forward quite a bit.
Yeah. The people still struggling with their sexuality.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's not as bad as it was back in that day. Back in that day, they would have string you up and they would nail you to a cross. They would have stone you.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as bad as back then.
No, it's getting a lot more acceptable, and because of a lot of the groups that continue to advocate, for it and stuff and things. So, a lot has happened. It has moved quite a bit.
Well, we're approaching Pride Month too. The month of June is Pride Month. We normally have a parade in Trinidad and Tobago, and I know there are activities around the globe. But I mean, it's a group of people that are continuously marginalized and discriminated against. And me, I am very open. I'm very open.
And as you mentioned, Pride Month, there is a big thing that is brewing where that is concerned in, of all places, Israel.
Israel?
Yeah. They have, because they talk about Israel, the Israelites have been God's chosen people and that sort of thing, right? And there's this group that is promoting this huge undertaking for, I don't know if it's for Pride Month or if it's for something along that lines. So
and the Israelites kicking up a fuss now. Going through connections.
Man, because it's like it's like the how do I describe it?
How dare they do that when they are the chosen people?
Yes, you understand? But they're to the world, so I'm waiting to see where that is going. I'm waiting to see if that event will come off in Israel. Because I think it's going to be the first time that they're actually doing it there. But maybe as they say, other factions, doing things on the low. But I think this time they are promoting it heavy, man. So I'm waiting to see.
I always say to each his own. Live your life, because you've only got one. Trust me, you'll not get a second chance. People say people die. Oh, that child, that child you're seeing that was so and so come back as a child. No, that's that child. That ain't nobody come back.
Yeah, well, and that is it. With all that we have, there's no evidence of that. People talk about the life that you lived before. I don't know if they experience it, but there's nothing that I have done in this life that I have been able to sit and say, that feel like I probably do that in our next life or 2 lives down the road. So really and truly make the best of this one.
Yes, make the best of this one and live it in harmony, which is what I'm gonna get into in a bit with that influence. I don't know, people. I think we major in so much minors here in Trinidad and Tobago at dealing with Trinidad and Tobago alone. That we make a big deal about so many other things that, my God, we spend so much time wishing people bad and don't want this one to get that, don't want that one to get this. Oh.
Well, you know what? Let's get into our good news segment, because they were joining us just now, and then the whole thing just go haywire after that.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a back history of this issue of influencers, for want of a better word. Let's use the word influencers, right?
Let's do it right after our good news segment, people.
They call us the elderly. We were born in the 40s, 50s, 60s. We grew up in the 50s, 60s, 70s. We studied in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We were dating in the 70s, 80s, 90s. We got married and discovered the world in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. We venture into the 80s and 90s. We stabilized in the 2000s. We got wiser in the 2010s. And we are going firmly through and beyond 2020. Turns out we've lived through 8 different decades, 2 different centuries, 2 different millennia. We have gone from the telephone with an operator for long-distance calls to video calls to anywhere in the world. We have gone from slides to YouTube, from vinyl records to online music, from handwritten letters to email and WhatsApp, from live matches on the radio to black and white TV, color TV, and then to 3D HD TV. We went to the video store, and now we watch Netflix. We got to know the first computers, punch cards, floppy disks, and now we have gigabytes and megabytes on our smartphones. We wore shorts throughout our childhood, and then long trousers, Oxfords, flares, shell suits, and blue jeans. We dodged infantile paralysis, meningitis, polio, tuberculosis, swine flu. We rode skates, tricycles, bicycles, mopeds, petrol or diesel cars, and now we drive hybrids or electric. Yes, we've been through a lot, but what a great life we've had. They could describe us as exennials, people who were born in that world of the 50s, who had an analog childhood and a digital adulthood. We've kind of seen it all. Our generation has literally lived through and witnessed more than any other in every dimension of life. It is our generation that has literally adapted to change. A big round of applause to all the members of a very special generation, which will be unique.
Yeah, if you live through all of that, if you're a child of the 50s, I'm sure we have some people who listen to us, probably even of the 40s. Mr. Grant was probably one of those special children. Mr. Grant.
Yeah, Mr. Grant is 80 plus, right? So
Yes.
he would definitely be a child of the
Yes.
40s,
Rena Bootle
maybe
Jennings.
30s.
Rena is probably one of those others also that I
Yeah.
can
Rena,
think
I
of.
think, is in her 70s.
Yeah, 70s, 80s, you know. So
There are
yeah,
quite a few people here in their 70s, you know, who listen to us.
Mhm.
You know?
So congratulations to you all. You are special people. I forget the last word that the guy said they could be identified as, but you have seen quite a bit, and you have been able to witness a lot of changes taking place. So yeah, like yourself, as they say.
Yeah, man. All right, I guess we could go through the chat now, and see who's with us this morning. Richard is not with us as yet. Eunice Dublin at 12 midnight, 12 a.m. Is either 12 a.m. or 12 p.m.? 12 a.m. I'm not sure. I always get confused with that one.
Yeah, you mean when you talk about the timing?
Yeah, so I say 12 midnight and I say 12 midday. To make it easy.
Just to avoid that situation, yeah.
Yeah, all right, here he comes. Margaret Thomas, good morning. Valerie Mendoza, Robert Allen, Maria Cellier, Felix Kazo, Odell Guy, Ava Smith, Anthony Tinto, Pamela O'Connor says, blessed morning. Diane Payne, Erica Charles, thank God for life. Manuela Peters, Kenny in Harlem, good morning, gentlemen. Marlon Motley, good morning. All Ilarizan, didn't hear from you for a few days. Sherwin and Juliet Kerr, CJ from New York, back in New York, that is. Michael Cadet, Ozzy Molino, Trinman says, blessed Tuesday morning. Boy Bidesi from Debe, Kathy Ann Charles says, wishing everyone a safe, productive day. Special morning to Arlene and Stephen. Nice seeing you this morning. Oh, he's back in the gym then. Good for him. Robert Taylor, good morning, guys. Carol Guevara, blessed morning. Debbie Modest, Cheryl Johnson, Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, Mrs. R. Ingrid, you know, I have to ask you, is the Grand Canyon in Arizona or is it Nevada? Where's the Grand Canyon? Richard, where's the Grand Canyon? Is that considered the state of Arizona?
You know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I always wondered that. Which one of the states is it in? And the what's that? The dam. There's a huge dam out there too, that people visit. And I'm never sure which state it's in.
The Grand Canyon is in Arizona.
It's Arizona. So then
Yeah.
Ingrid, I've been to Arizona. That's what I was trying to figure out, because I always never put Arizona as one of the places I've visited, you know. All right. And the dam, what dam is that? What's the name of the dam? Some dam there about it. Marcia Rock from Orlando, Florida. Kurt Hope in Nashville, Tennessee. Carol is singing. Kerwin Duke. Susie B. Empress Reyes Lal, sorry. Alistair Hart was disappointed with the response by the PM quoting George Orwell. Yeah, I didn't understand her quotes on that issue of the killing of the Joshua and them. I didn't understand it. Prabha Ramdial morning, Helene Horton.
The Prime Minister did something. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they asked her about it and she, you know, I mean, better she'd say nothing. I can't remember the exact words she used, but I said, but maybe it's consistent with her light them up and empty the clip and violent. Maybe it's consistent with that. Mrs. R, AK, I rebooted those damn phones, maybe. Sankofa say, I don't recognize this place anymore. Good morning from Trinidad, Margot. Joyce Phillip, top of the morning. Wayne Ramsey, Trini Merle Kitchen in Oshawa, Ontario. Is Oshawa different to Ottawa? I think it is, huh? David McCarthy, top of the day. Diana Hamill, Scorpion Pepper, good morning, Sunshines. Lincoln Foxshot, good morning, Room. Arlene Lois, Nadia Stephen, good morning. Carla Hercules, Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan, who confirmed about that toilet. Lincoln Fox. Okay. Stellar Services, Margarita Chow, Lester Cragwell, Marlon Motley. Yes, it's in Arizona. Thanks, Marlon. Trinidad Marg also says the Hoover Dam. That's the dam I was looking for. Dave Gosign. Thank you very much.
That's the dam.
I did the scariest plane ride ever to over those things. That plane was literally felt like it was going to fall out the sky down into that canyon. A little tiny plane that was bobbing and weaving all over the place. Carl Guevara, 12 midnight and 12 midday are correct. Thank you. David Wears Hoover, thank you. Sankofa said when I started studying in 1990, it was manual typewriter and white off for errors. At 59, I feel young and old at the same time. David Wears, the Hoover Dam borders both Arizona and Nevada. Thank you. Wendell, you did not visit me. I came out there for a special birthday, and I had a ball, I tell you. I actually went to Las Vegas and gambled. First time in my life. Anthony Miguel, good morning, gentlemen. The Hoover Dam, Trini Gets Fit, Merle McComey, Dwayne Sylvester, and Suzanne, Suzette, Gemma, the whole crew says good morning. Ottawa is the capital of Ontario. Oshawa is a city in Ontario. Thank you very much, Trinidad Marvel. Ottawa is the capital of Ontario, and Oshawa is a city in Ontario. All right, thank you. All right, so those are the greetings on the chat. See how as always get answers from our people here. Well done. Thank you, people.
Yeah, they really keep you, abreast of all that.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic. So let me say good morning to Rena Boodoo Jennings, who said, yes, I did it all. Frank out there in Ruka, good morning to you. Zena and the Powder Puff Girls. Zena, I guess you did it all also. Mr. Peeps, good morning to you. Brenda in Pinal. Mr. Augustine, yes, one of those children that we're talking about. Charmian out there in New York, back home. Thank you very much. We're linking up. Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada. Suzanne, good morning to you. Mr. Billy for the magazine. Kent, good morning to you. Peter Wilson, good to have you inside. Carol Guevara, no problem, Carol. I'm going to play that song after 7 o'clock. Yeah. And of course, to the people on Gaia Caribbean TV, that's a very special good morning to you also. All right. So just before we go to the break, let me say good morning to Richard. Hi, Richard.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Wendy. Good Charles.
You know what happened to me there? I look up at the TV and I'm seeing his picture, and then I'm looking at the screen and I'm seeing him. Then I remember it's a bit delayed. Morning, Richard. How are you?
I'm good, and good morning to all of our listeners and viewers, wherever you are.
Good to have you join us.
Yeah, on this wonderful Tuesday morning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wide wonderful.
Well, it's good weather so far. I know it's that evil Sahara dust. I shouldn't say evil Sahara dust. That's what Sahara dust is, just Sahara dust. You know what amazes me about
evil. It's evil.
You know what amazes me about Sahara dust? Where was the Sahara dust when we were children? Was it always there, but nobody just ever mentioned it?
Maybe we used to just feel it's dust because nobody's yard was paved back then. So maybe we thought it was that dust.
We thought it was just...
Was it neighbor dust?
We did just say that plenty dust around, boy. We didn't need to call it.
So everybody's yard was dirt, Richard. It had no grass and paved concrete and nice tiles. So maybe we thought it was that dust.
I don't know what it was. But all of a sudden, there is Sahara dust and you get Sahara dust updates.
It's bad these days, though.
Yeah. You can barely see it sometimes.
Yeah.
So I got some seaweed also.
Yeah, that was wrong there, no.
The last time I flew, if you see how bad that seaweed is out there in that ocean, it's bad. It's bad, around those islands, because when I flew and landed in St. Vincent. Yeah?
Where all of a sudden it has become this big issue. Was it always there?
No, that wasn't always there, Richard. We didn't grow up with sargassum seaweed.
Yeah, that one has become on stream because of the global warming situation.
So that's an indication of climate change.
Yeah.
No, but it's widespread. It's all over the islands now. when we were landing in St. Vincent, if the whole ocean is this brown thing.
Yeah, Tobago is suffering from that very a lot. So I don't know how they are controlling it in Tobago, because I think they had to manually go into some of those areas and move them out.
Yeah. Somebody had to work out a way.
Didn't they say they were going to use it for fertilizer at one time?
That is what I think they're doing. So they're removing it and using it for fertilizer.
But I never I never go in a store, agricultural store and see them selling some fertilizer yet. So I know where they're doing that.
Dear people, so we're going for that break. When we come back, we'll look and see what's happening in the newspapers.
I'm seeing an organization as well.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Two Fat Fellas celebrates its final performance in San Fernando, Naparima Bowl.
One night, one show, Saturday, May 30th, night of the holiday.
Two Fat Fellas stars, Cecilia, Penny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody.
The ridiculously funny comedy is at Naparima Bowl for one final night.
Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral Val Park, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, Athletes by the Park, Southern Food Basket, Coffee Street, and Point Fortin. Naparima Bowl box office opens on Thursday the 28th of May. Also online at islandetickets.com. For more info, text or call 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Check out our early bird special online at Island E-Tickets. Two Fat Fellas.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
It's the Grand Clearance Sale at Fats International Styles. Everything must go. All clothing, only $100. Sneakers, just $200. Yes, you heard right. Massive deals, unbeatable prices while stocks last. Visit Fats International Styles Arima opposite Castro's restaurant. Don't miss your chance to grab the hottest styles at crazy clearance prices. Hurry in today, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Scandal in
Cipriani College, we are back. The box office smash Scandal in Citrus is back. We are back because you demanded it for 3 nights only. Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 31st at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Scandal in Citrus, we are back at Cipriani College. See it again or see it for the first time. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Citrus.
End Times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End Times is here. Stay tuned.
Oh Lord, I tired, I'm now reading one of these stories in today's papers, and I just shaking my head, I'm just shaking my head. All of a sudden, the young lady had a Glock and fired at them. There's an article here today, Richard. This is the officer looked through the back glass, saw the driver with his hands out, and the front passenger thing, who, because the car crash with the front passenger is the only drain, right? And he saw the front passenger pointing a gun at him and feared for his life. on the take win. Just shoot people like all you're mad now. Take win.
And not only that, he saw all of that, but didn't identify to the other police officers in the video.
Yeah.
So I assume you will say something, whatever you say, as
you ball out gun or something, you know.
You say, I don't know what it is you say. I know they're experts in the stream, but you would say something, gun or suspect is armed, or something like that. You would say, I don't know.
Richard, if someone is pointing a gun at you, won't they be facing you?
Yes.
So how then it's said that she's shot in her back? Huh? Think about that for a minute. Let me go to the headlines.
Yeah, but before I go there, I think the police said it after the fact. Don't move.
Yes.
Don't move. After they don't shoot up everybody.
Yeah, after people riddled with bullets, the ball on don't move. TTPS, all the take win and telling you. Take win. Well, what you say, we taking it.
When they shoot you up and tell you have the right to remain silent.
Take win, yeah. Take win. I've never read a bunch of crap like that just now. Farley tears into cops, that's one of the headlines. Sealy fired Glock at cops. Time for De Silva return, that's Joshua De Silva, of course, in cricket. Some other trending stories are retired cops struggling call for pension review. Well, I know several retired cops. I hope they get through. Vigil for recovery of little Angelo's body. And somebody's been charged for murder. When was Kaya a suspect? Griffith questions TTPS. Bodo plans in place for Ebola. All those are trending stories in today's Express. So the spin is coming fast and furious from the TTPS now. I wish them luck.
Yeah. Well, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning. Trust the process. Attorney for Joshua Samuel's family urges public to let the law take its course while expressing confidence in the office of the DPP. You're free to do whatever you want, attorney. Stakeholders again call for a wider use of body cameras. Because if you were wearing body cameras, wouldn't it be very clear?
Very clear.
Yeah. PM pays tribute to former NAR Minister Herbert Atwell. Government issues EOI for e-passport system amid public outrage. And the public outrage is a ridiculous wait time to get even appointments to get your passport. So the government issues an EOI for e-passport system. Gonzalez going after Barry over Wassa hiring claims. In business news, BP pushed well, I read that yesterday, so I'll read it again. TNT downplaying oil spill damage, says Venezuela. This is the same business news from yesterday. Yep, so I'll forget that. Evelyn wins 100 meters at enhanced games to earn $250,000. Mendes De Silva to lead Sri Lanka teams on Caribbean tour. And Prince Treble extends AC Port Spain POS lead to 7 points. Honoring National. That's also a story from yesterday. And there are some feature articles. All right, that's it for the Trinidad Guardian this morning. I was just going through that, all sorts of different little articles popping up. But
yeah. I realized this morning there are so many stories that even up to last night, I don't know why the online paper is taking long to update. Even up to 10 o'clock last night, I was checking it, and before I went to bed, I didn't see half of those stories.
Yeah, it's happening. Sometimes they go back to old news. A lot of them.
I didn't see anything about what the Prime Minister said though. So Charles, if you could play that clip.
We have it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask him. You send it.
No, I didn't get a clip of it. I
assumed you all on top of things. Oh my bad.
I heard it on the news. You know, but I didn't get. Normally, I get the clips from social media, right? extract it out of Facebook most times, right? But I didn't get that one. But I heard it on the news. I heard her comments, them relaying her comments about basically supporting what's going on. I don't know.
But it's a short part in the I think it's the Express story, because I think it was a WhatsApp conversation, if I am not mistaken. It's not. If you read it, it's short, you know.
It wasn't an actual live interview then?
No. It's them sending her messages and she responded.
So that could be anybody responding.
Look at that.
Yeah. But just two short comments, really, actually.
It could have been anybody tweeting before too and whatnot, huh? That's all.
Looking at you, they just answer them there for food.
Right? So you're going down my road now. You're going down my road there. Anyway, I wanted to give quickly a backstory to where we reach in terms of what they're calling now social media influencers. Which is why I don't totally disagree. I know a lot of people are going to be upset with what I have to say, but I don't totally disagree with Barry Padarat when he says about the hypocrisy of the PNM. Simply because the issue of hiring / rewarding people who support you goes back way into the day. You understand? Way into the day. People do it in different forms and fashion, right? Just that this UNC government doing it blatant. And they hire the people who went on social media and cuss everybody to vote yellow. They're doing it brave. They don't care. Right?
Wait. Let's just pause here. I just want to make one statement and you can continue. The PNM didn't used to do it blatant.
No, the PNM didn't do it so blatant. That's what I'm going to explain to you now. Because the PNM would have had people who would have been on radio.
You're not watching your side, I know. Because you can't go for the statement that says that everybody doing it since they hear you, whatever they won in politics in Trinidad and Tobago. That has been a feature of our politics, and I agree with you. It has been a feature of our politics, and then want to say that one doing it more blatant than the other.
Yes, one.
Who had the longest window to do it?
Richard, listen to me, please, because I'm going to explain to you. Because the people that used to support the PNM and that still do sometimes in media, social media, and mainstream media, generally.
Are you talking about influencers? Are you talking generally about
bloggers?
Payback for supporting? Or are you just specifically zoning in on influencers?
No, I'm zoning in on, because back then they weren't known as influencers. People weren't known as influencers back then, right?
They have been financiers.
Right. They could have been No, financiers is a whole different kettle of fish.
Financiers different.
So,
they're kind of connected, you know. They're connected,
so listen to me now. So listen to me, Richard. Give me a chance to...
I'm shutting up.
Right, shut up, please. Shut up, please. Take off his mic if he started talking.
Go ahead.
Back in the day, there were people on radio. They didn't have no cell phone and all them kind of things back then. There were people who would go on certain radio stations and support the efforts of the PNM, especially under Patrick Manning, right? They would talk about it. They would say different things. There were a group. I remember back in the day with Harvey Boris. Harvey Boris was one of the first people who stuck his neck out on radio for the PNM. It involved myself, I can tell you, Darian Marcel, and a few others. People like Mr. Porter Spain. There was a man from Enterprise. There was Miss Ben from La Hoqueta. There was a group of us, Richard, who used to meet every now and then, and even meet with Patrick Manning. I'm not making this up. I was part of that group. We used to make sure that we were on mainstream radio, saying certain things, writing letters to the media. You know how many letters I write to the media under different names? We were doing it. But I'm saying the PNM didn't, how I should put it, ensure that these people, when they got into power, became part of mainstream media. And we had an opportunity. right? They had an opportunity to assist us. Instead of me catching Darian catching the Nenen in I-95 and me catch me Nenen in Power 102, right? For all them years, we had to try to fight for a little dollar now after all these years. You think we couldn't have been employed in social media? We were qualified enough? Darian, hear me, Darian, now. Richard.
In social media, you mean in state broadcasting? Is that
In state broadcasting. In state broadcast. PNM did it differently. PNM would have gone outside of that little group and hire other people. Whether they supported the PNM or not, I don't know. But the people who stuck their neck out for the PNM didn't get hired in those areas. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, when PNM was in power in them 10 years gone there, Richard, the government minister in charge of information came to me my office. He sat down first in Rumbox and then we went into the office and offered me a position in TTT. Offered me, because they understand the work I was doing. He said he got permission from the then Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, to speak with me. He cleared all of that first. I'm sorry I didn't record that conversation. You understand? And after that, I heard nothing from the man again. Because when it went back, that listen, they're going to give Wendell in. Somebody inside of the PNM self shut it down. I told you this already.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So the PNM can't fool me. The PNM had an opportunity to help a lot of people. Look, I watched Darian struggling there in I-95. You understand? You feel Darian for that 10 years couldn't have a state job too, being paid triple the amount. So I don't want to hear nothing from PNM when they talk about it. If the UNC want to hire the influencers and reward them, that is the business. That is my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it. But that's where it started out. It started out as a group of us doing radio.
All you know, I changed my life, right? And I'm not a person that I used to be in the past, right? And I'm thankful to God for that. You know, so I ain't come to cuss nobody or bash nobody like how they're bashing me.
So, what Matara have? I'm sure.
I realized a lot of people was upset that a black poor ghetto youth trying to strive for better in life, to try to take care of her family and herself, right? But what hurt me the most is seeing the radio announcers, right, on the air bashing women, which was men, you know, on the radio bashing me. Wasn't women, was bashing me. You understand? Because they want to know what qualifications I have, right, to hold this job at WASA before they do the research, right? At the end of the day, mean shame to say why I do it, because WASA holds a lot of positions, right, for a lot of people, right? And my qualifications, I will let you know why I do it. I got in grass, painting pipes, maintaining the pump stations, working, raking, and stuff like that. And before all you bring me down, because all you think I didn't deserve this job because apparently I ain't smart enough, you understand, to work no way. But I just want to thank everybody who gave me a chance in this life to show them what I could do, you understand, because I'm working for my money. I'm not begging, you understand, and to see your...
And you know something? If that young lady or anybody else is able to use this opportunity to turn around their life or help somebody else, I could never have a problem with that. As despicable as the comments she may have made back then, I have no problem with that. You understand? And the thing about it is that it's PNM people who prevented us from getting the opportunities back then, you know. It ain't the UNC who make noise and they back off, you know. It's people within the same PNM.
I tell you, what I think.
I different, and you know, so I however long they last in them jobs, I think fine. Make use of it. I hope all you make use of it.
Yeah.
You understand?
But coming down the road in the last incarnation, there are a lot of people that make money out of it coming down the road. they paid people in all different kinds of dispensation, put them in different positions and stuff. Yeah.
Cheryl Mirage, I agree with you,
Something.
Yeah, Cheryl Mirage is making a statement that I tend to agree with you, In part, she said, Wendell, you can't just hire political cronies at the cost to taxpayers. The outrage is warranted because thousands were fired. And that part, I agree with. So we would have touched on that part where it's ridiculous that so many people would have lost their jobs when the government changed. But we do them in two separate issues here, right? The outrage against people who lost their job is warranted. But the outrage against these people, to me, and again, you don't have to, is not warranted. That's my opinion, right?
I suppose the larger conversation is whether as a country in moving forward, we accept that political patrimony is just part of our politics.
Worldwide, Richard?
Well, I can't speak for worldwide. I don't know. I know certainly in the US it exists.
Oh, yes.
And certainly in the US, the US is an example of that happening. I don't know about the UK so much. People in the UK could weigh in. I don't know. I don't know about places like Japan, for example. I don't know. In terms of major Western democracies, and then like the EU and stuff, I don't know. But how do you navigate that? And the only way you can navigate that in terms of some sort of controllable way is the issue of campaign finance reform and what the definition of all of those things mean. And more scrutiny in terms of where taxpayers' dollars go in terms of contracts. The procurement law is an attempt to kind of regulate it. And the OPR is a kind of attempt to regulate where contracts go from the state. But still, you could meander around it if you know what you're doing. So we'll see. But I mean, that's the larger conversation. Are we okay with it? And I think since 1962, we seem to be okay with it.
Well, yeah. So we're going to poll it today. If you're okay with it, or if you're not okay with it, you'll get a chance to vote on it today and make your comments. Because I'm just telling you, the UNC just bold-faced and brave enough to do it in your face. They don't care. And we've seen how they've been operating.
So when you say statements like that, the PNM has been very bold-faced at times, Wendell. So you're making it seem as if the PNM is very diplomatic about how they do it. They're not.
And some of the individuals, that's why I said within recent time, will tell you big and bold. They know where their bread is buttered. You know. But at the end of the day, guys, hold on. Let's do our Did You Know segment. I forgot to do that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Did you know that Lopino Aruca was named after a slave owner named Charles Joseph Count de Lopino, who used to hang his slaves on a particular tree called the hanging tree?
What?
After fleeing the Haitian uprising, Count de Lopino settled in the mountains of Aruca, Trinidad, with 100 slaves in the 1800s.
And established the La Connaissance Estate, which became known for its cocoa production.
While history records him as some sort of benevolent master, and while we are appreciative that the history of cocoa has been preserved, a drone shot around this estate evokes mixed feelings for those who know the true scope of what took place here.
A very short look. Did you know this morning? But yeah, Lopino.
Yeah, Robert Allen said, when their dogs just bite, but it's another story when your own dogs bite you. So true. So true. We have plenty people would have experienced that. Sankofa also say, Richard, that is the question. I can't be knocking UNC for things like racism and accept how they treated Mr. Young, nepotism, etc. And PNM does the same damn thing. All right, Richard, what makes it unacceptable or hard to go down is UNC's wailing and gnashing of teeth for 10 years that they will do better. That too is the opinion of people, that you cost the PNM so much for doing things and then you come back and do it. But guess what? They don't care. We see how they're operating. We vote for that resoundingly. What do you do now?
All right, let's see if we can take a couple of your calls as we go up to 7 o'clock, and then after we'll continue with your calls inside of the next hour. But for now, you can call us at 281-1315 or 299-5156. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. There's a word that used to be bantered around that was the same thing that they're doing now, you know. The word is consultant.
Yes,
right?
that's the word.
The camouflage paying off people or paying the supporters by giving them the title of consultant. Rhoda Barrett boasts that she was a consultant. Basically, she was a paid blogger. Right? There was a man in
well, hold on. Stick up in there. Stick up in right there, Lincoln. Because I hear you on that, and I know that has been the narrative. But in Rhoda's case, Rhoda is eminently qualified. You understand? So I just thought I should stick that in there.
There's no question about that. The woman is intelligent. She's great.
All right. So I'm not taking away from your contribution. I just thought that we should make that distinction, right? Yeah.
Not a problem. I agree with you with that. I would take that one. There's a man, he was Coco sing about him in his song. He was 80-something years or something, and he was quote unquote a consultant. What the hell you going to consult at 80-something years? This next man who just got a job in the oil thing the other day, I'm not going to call any more names, who got a job as a consultant in the oil.
What's the Duke? You can call him. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody know that.
So there's a word that they were doing it all the time. The PNM was doing it all the time, and the USC just doing it more blatant as you said. You understand? And actually, they have to actually work. For what Matara just said there, she actually working for her money. You understand? And when he's a consultant, you just come in once a week, twice a week, whatever the case may be, and get your money at the end of the day. These people actually have to go to work and do something in the office. So I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. You understand? There's something that the PNM lack generally, which is rewarding their supporters. I used to watch all these young people with the PNM jersey, rock and campaign and ting. And they were doing that for Josiana and wherever it was.
For the love of the party.
Well, if you want to talk about blogger, you want to talk about blogger or influencer who manipulated that system to its advantage, there is none better than Gladiator.
Yes.
And Gladiator was my friend. We worked years together, but he understood it.
Mm-hmm.
And he may have been, not the most palatable to some people, but when he defended a party, he defended that party. And he made robust about that party. And there was no bigger voice than Gladiator at the time that he was there. Whether he palmed the PNM or all of a sudden he in love with the PNM, because it depended on whatever the situation was. He was either saying love or he was saying hate.
Richard, I am so happy you reminded me, because that was to form part of my narrative this morning. Because my first experience on radio was in fact with Gladiator and your good self. And let me tell you, he was cussing the PNM, and then he pulled me aside. He said, "Well, I want my money. They have money for me." I said, "Okay, Gladiator, I will talk to, what is this about?" And I went and I spoke to people, and next thing you know, Gladiator getting money. But he knows, he praising the PNM.
Yes.
And we, Richard, we were going about sometimes when Gladiator would do his outside broadcasting, not knowing that Gladiator collecting to do that, And we would be wind and tined after. He would carry everybody to a restaurant, and we would eat and thing. And he was Gladiator. Monica, he used to call himself, Monica used to call himself,
Hold on there, guys. Mr. Rima, good morning.
If Gladiator's right there, right now, he would say yes.
Yeah.
Hold on there, guys. Mr. Rima?
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning. Gladiator was a good morning. he was a good one. But I want you all to just tell me a little about the passport. How come when you're going to renew your passport, it takes months now? Not weeks now, months. What's really going on? Are we going backward again? Could you elaborate on this for me? Because if you had to travel, oh my God, you had to travel. You had to wait months before you could get your passport. You know what's really going on in this country, boy. Sometimes I just sit down and wonder if it's the rat on the mouth. Oh God, man.
Yeah, thanks very much, sorry,
We're going to try to get somebody from Passport Office to throw some light on.
There's an article that's saying that the government has sent out an EOI, expression of interest, for an e-passport platform because of the outrage with people having to wait so long for passports. So they're obviously going to make a considered attempt to make it digital and get it to you, that you could order it online and I suppose get it. I suppose that's where it's going. I didn't actually read the article, maybe I could read it during the news. But certainly that's the way they that's what they said in the news item. And you know what? Maybe the UNC will accomplish it faster than the PNL.
For sure. It is now 7 o'clock. 2 minutes past 7, actually. Wendell, read the poll there for them.
Yes, our poll is up. Do you have an issue with social media influencers being employed with WASA? Yes or no? We would have been seeing the articles. We would have heard from Matara just now. Do you have an issue with social media influencers being employed with WASA? We know this is going to be a contentious poll. And guess what? We are happy for that.
Yeah. All right. So vote, and we'll tell you how you voted after the news.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning several aspects of the police-involved shooting that left Joshua Samaru dead and Kaya Seeley injured. In a social media post, Griffith said major forensic and tactical questions remain unanswered, including whether gunshot residue tests were conducted on Seeley and whether fingerprints were lifted from the firearm allegedly found in the vehicle. He also questioned why Seeley was allowed to leave the country if police believed she had fired at officers. Griffith further challenged the officers' tactics, arguing trained police would normally seek cover before advancing toward a vehicle under fire. He also questioned why Samaru, who appeared in video footage with his hands raised, sustained most of the gunshot wounds. Griffith said he was not attacking the TTPS or the DPP, but warned unresolved inconsistencies could further damage public trust in policing. Health Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo says Trinidad and Tobago is on alert, but will not suspend flights over concerns surrounding the Ebola Bundibugyo virus outbreak in Africa. Bodo said the government has already held emergency meetings with regional and local health agencies and activated enhanced screening systems at ports of entry using passenger travel history data. He said authorities are following guidance from the World Health Organization, which does not recommend border closures or travel restrictions. The minister stressed there are currently no suspected or confirmed Ebola cases in Trinidad and Tobago, and described the risk of importation as extremely low. Bodo also urged the public not to panic, noting the virus is not airborne and spreads only through direct contact with bodily fluids of infected persons showing symptoms. Former Permanent Secretary Jacqueline Wilson has been appointed chairman of the Elections and Boundaries Commission. President Christine Kangaloo presented Wilson with her instrument of appointment during a ceremony at President's House on Monday. Wilson brings decades of experience in public administration and governance, having served in senior roles locally and internationally, including at the Commonwealth Secretariat in London. She also helped lead several state reform initiatives, including the establishment of the Ministry of Public Administration and Information, the Police Complaints Authority, and the Ministry of Digital Transformation. Wilson was awarded the Public Service Medal of Merit Gold in 2017 and the Gordon Draper Award for Public Service Transformation in 2023. Political analyst Derek Ramsamouj has won a landmark case before the Caribbean Court of Justice over his detention in Suriname in 2020. The CCJ ruled that Ramsamouj was unlawfully denied access to attorneys and family while held under a beperking order during a fraud and money laundering investigation. CCJ President Justice Winston Anderson said the detention breached Ramsamouj's rights under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, including freedom of movement as a CARICOM national. The court also ruled that an alleged confession obtained during his detention was unlawful. However, the judges said the ruling does not invalidate the criminal charges still pending against him in Suriname. Ramsamouj was awarded $30,000 in damages after the court found his deteriorating health was partly linked to the unlawful detention. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum says Mexico has no issue hosting Iran's World Cup team after its training base was moved from the United States to Tijuana. Sheinbaum said FIFA officials informed her the U.S. did not want Iran's team staying overnight on American soil outside of matches, leading to the decision to relocate the team's base camp to Mexico. Iran will still play its World Cup matches in the U.S., including games against New Zealand, Belgium, and Egypt, but will train and stay in Tijuana during the tournament. The move comes amid ongoing conflict involving Iran, the United States, and Israel, as well as concerns over U.S. sanctions and security arrangements ahead of the FIFA World Cup, which runs from June 11th to July 19th. Finally, the Israeli military says it has launched a new wave of airstrikes across Lebanon after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced intensified operations against Hezbollah. According to the Israeli military, strikes targeted Hezbollah sites in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley and other areas across the country. In a video statement Monday, Netanyahu said Israel was at war with Hezbollah and had instructed the military to deliver what he described as a crushing blow. The escalation comes despite a 45-day ceasefire extension agreed to earlier this month between Israel and Lebanon, although clashes have continued in southern Lebanon, where Israeli troops remain stationed. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
sure now as ever. Namibia and South Africa round the corner. Yes, it's one bomb that drop on Hiroshima, and they get the whole of Japan to surrender. And in 200 years, red down on the reservation. But for 400 years, they still can't subdue African. The more warriors they gun down, it's the more warriors we come. The more Africans that they kill, it's the more they still coming. They kill Tutu, they kill Toba, they kill Ashanti, they kill Watusi, they kill Benny, they kill Swahili. The more African that they gun down. They deal with Lumumba long ago. Yes, they deal with Moboya and Steve Biko. Yes, they keep killing leaders after leader. But don't care how much they kill, Africans won't surrender. And how come these same people want to tell me Africans today have no unity? But I know they may say I talk, they may say I'm mad. But one day Africa will be living under one flag. The more Africans they come down, it's the more Africans we come. The more warriors that they kill, it's the more they see coming. They kill Tutu, they kill Bali, they kill Ashanti, they kill Benin, they kill Asanto, they kill Togo. The more Africans that they come down.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
So everybody, good morning to you once again. And of course, if you are just joining us for the very first time this morning, thank you so much for being here. It is NETT Radio. Yes, it is NETT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean, and we are taking you above and beyond. To our anthem crew, good morning to you people. Yeah, those are the people that just come in before 6 o'clock and just sort of see the numbers rolling up. Yeah. Good morning to all you people, and of course those that came in along the way. We are so happy that you have decided to join us because we know you have choices, and may I add that you have decided to make us your choice. We are so happy for that, right? Good morning to the people on Gael Caribbean TV also. Thank you very much. They are fully up and running now. Okay, excellent.
But don't care how they try, they still can't succeed.
So a couple things that I need to let you know before we get into the breakfast show, the second hour. And of course, yes, the breakfast show. Wendell Stephen, Richard Ragubar Singh, and of course, yours truly, Sir Charles. We're here Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. You can get us, right? So when we come off of the TV feed and of course the social media platforms as we get closer to 9 o'clock, all you have to do is come across to netradiott.com. That's NETT Radio TT.com, and that way you're able to listen to us all day and every day. Of course, all of those folks who are streaming on the different platforms and your smart devices, all you have to do is put in the word NETT Radio Trinidad. That is the command that you're looking for. Tell Alexa to play NETT Radio Trinidad. If you're on TuneIn, if you're on Simple Radio, Radio Garden, MyTuner, Online Radio Box, all of those platforms we are streaming to you now. So NETT Radio is global. We have global reach. And don't forget also to support and check out our social media pages. So if you go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also TikTok, just search NETT Radio Trinidad. It's easy branding across the platform for you guys. NETT Radio Trinidad, and of course you can get us, right? Now I want you all to do me a favor. Go across to the TikTok page especially that TikTok page, and I want you all to follow that TikTok page. I just need some more numbers up inside of there so we can go live from TikTok also, right? Looking to spread the thing. So if you have subscribed on the other channels, I want you to make a trip today, sometime today, NETT Radio Trinidad on TikTok, and like that page. Follow that page for me, all right? Also, we do need your financial support to keep us outside here going. So 2 ways that you can do that. You can advertise with us here on NETT Radio. 2811-315 or 299-5156. Call us. You can also go across to our social media pages on our website. And there is a donate button there, so you can donate and support us. Yeah? What else do I need to tell you guys? House cleaning. You can join our WhatsApp channel also. It's very active. And you get all the updates as what's happening. All you have to do if you want to join our WhatsApp channel is send us a text to any one of our numbers. All you have to say is send link. Send link and we will send you the link to our WhatsApp channel. Yeah. All right, so our morning poll, you know what we have been talking about, the influencer situation. Do you support, you know, these social media influencers being hired? Well, if you are in support of it, you're voting yes, which is 1. And if you're not, you're voting 2, which is no, right? And the poll is very active this morning. Oh, boy. But when we come back, we'll tell you how you voted. Yeah, but we are getting ready for a whole lot of things coming up this weekend.
Cipriani College, we are back. The box office smash Scandal in Citrus is back. We are back because you demanded it for 3 nights only. Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 31st at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Scandal in Citrus, we are back at Cipriani College. See it again or see it for the first time. Don't miss it.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
It's the Grand Clearance Sale at Fats International Styles. Everything must go. All clothing, only $100. Sneakers, just $200. Yes, you heard right. Massive deals, unbeatable prices while stocks last. Visit Fats International Styles Arima opposite Castro's restaurant. Don't miss your chance to grab the hottest styles at crazy clearance prices. Hurry in today because once it's gone, it's gone. S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rum Box. Drinking out of the box.
Two Fat Fellas celebrates its final performance in San Fernando, Naparima Bowl.
One night, one show, Saturday, May 30th, night of the holiday.
Two Fat Fellas stars, Cecilia, Kenny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody.
The ridiculously funny comedy is at Naparima Bowl for one final night.
Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store along Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral Val Park, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, Athletes by the Park, Southern Food Basket, Coffee Street, and Point Fortin. Naparima Bowl box office opens on Thursday the 28th of May. Also online at islandtickets.com. For more info, text or call 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Check out our early bird special online at Island E-Tickets. Two Fat Fellas.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Okay, people, so we are back inside of the second hour of the breakfast show right here on radio. I have to remember to throw all these switches and press all these different things, boy. I get some automation. Some of these platforms that we're using, they need to put some automation inside of it. Yeah, some of these manual pressing and working. No. Sure, we had only had to do better than that, yes? Oh, boy. Yeah, but we are happy to be here with you people inside of the second hour. And you've been very vibrant this morning, and we thank you for that. Just to let you know that there's a result of the program, right? So it's not on the TV, but you can listen to us at NETT Radio TT. NetRadioTT.com, and you will be able to at least listen back to our breakfast show Monday to Friday, right, from 4 p.m. right? So it's now in the afternoon drive window.
All right, great. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gail couldn't do like IETV and show us again in the afternoon. I used to actually look forward to coming home and putting on IETV. Not ITV. It was not ITV. M&E TV.
M&E. Good morning, Peter C.
Morning, Peter C. And we used to watch it over in the afternoon. As a pity guy, I wouldn't do that. You know?
Well, who knows? Maybe. Errol, if you listen.
Yeah, Errol, if you're listening. Of course, I'm sure your ratings will go through the roof if you show us again.
Great content. Yeah. Yesterday, I listened back to the show. It was actually the first time I actually played back the entire show and listened back to the entire show. Normally, I just go back to certain parts, you know. Yeah, but I listened to the entire show and we already sounded well, you know.
I do it often, Sir Charles, just to relax sometimes, just in the afternoon to get a laugh, you know. I do it regularly.
Oh, yeah, well, if it's one thing, I realize if you really want to be entertained, to get a little laugh throughout the morning period, trust me, you don't get it better than where you are right now. I think anybody can make Ole laugh the way that we do. Anyhow, let me say good morning to Carol Guevara. Carol, you see, I played this song for you, right? That Stalin More Come in celebration of African Liberation Day. And David Mohammed did apologize, Wendell. Apparently, apparently David forgot.
He forget? Oh, God, poor fella, you getting old, you know.
Yeah, too many things, David. You know? Yes, David forgot it. There was somebody actually had to tell David, I hear the fellas talking about you. What you're supposed to be on?
Can you imagine how you feel? Old man David.
Oh, my word. What's that? Age really you know, truth, you know. Woo. Yeah, but that is all right, David. We are cool. We understand. We know it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we have lots of votes and lots of comments on this vote, on this thing, about people moralizing on the thing. I hear you, but guess what? There are certain realities you need to face. And I just want to let people know, I have no interest in joining the UNC. I will never join the UNC.
No. Don't say never, you know.
So I will, Sir Charles.
If PNM kick you out and tell you we don't want you again.
PNM don't kick me out. It don't matter. They kick me out officially.
We ain't want nothing to do with you when they'll give me back with party card.
They ain't kick me out officially, but I mean, I just told you all about my experiences within the PNM, even as an elected official. I've told you all my life story in the PNM. I've never hidden it for all the years I've been on radio. You understand? But that's the nature of it. When I'm done, if I decide I'm leaving the PNM, I am leaving politics. I'm done with that. I will never listen to me carefully. I will never join the UNC. I have no interest in the UNC politics. Khadija, Amin, and I are friends. I have other people in the UNC that I'm friends with. I've always been friends with them. I have other people in the UNC I respect. But please, don't tell me that it's okay for these people to be my friends when PNM in power, right? And then when the UNC gets in power, I must suddenly just abandon them, and they must have nothing to do with me. I must have nothing to do with them. Give me a break, or they can't control my life and how I do it. I catch my name in Radio Vision for years, being underpaid and half paid and all kind of thing.
Yes.
Leave the radio station, I'll be battling them in court now for my money. Doing this here with Sir Charles for free, Richard and I, every morning, and you only want to tell me about sacrifice and no, I don't need nothing. I good.
No,
I good. You understand? I do this for love.
I'm not seeing after their work.
I do this for love. I don't need nothing.
But when
I will die, I tell people already, I will travel the world, and when my last dollar finish, wherever it end up, that is where I will live. I will live on the street in wherever country I end up in when my money done. Good? Give me a break.
Anyhow, people, the morning poll is up, and you can we'll read some of your comments, and if you want to comment on the morning poll right now, you can call us at 2811315 or 2995156, right? 2995156, right? So you can call us if you would like to comment on the morning poll. We're dealing with the morning poll right now, or Wendell will check some of the messages just now. Somebody sent me a list, Wendell, of some influencers and bloggers over the years. I can't call the names, but names it SSF and Pastor this and JD and FC. Listen,
it's at the very end, and I will call the names. Pastor Google and Sharon Felix was working for Iowa Station, catching the tail, and at the very end there, just before the election, they get a little end with state radio. Well, of course, they lose that job. But why? And these are people who are in radio, who are already doing the job, and you ain't gonna give them an opportunity to do the same thing they're doing for the state. Why? Well, they give me a break now.
Yeah, what a lot of them forget is that if the same people, when they get back to an election, I go back to them.
Exactly, and when you're out of power, who you going and ask to be a voice? Huh?
Yes,
no, man, I can't deal with the hypocrisy. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.
We are real with it. Mr. Rima, you're calling on the poll, right?
When then the UNC is the best party, I will like here to join it.
Miss Arima, that is not the poll, eh? Right. No.
You make your positions very clear. That's one thing. That's why I can't deal with people who deceitful. Better just be open.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pretend and you're objective and you're balanced and thing when you know you have I love my PNM people, you know.
Come check and see if you have any comments.
some of them just get me so upset. It's not PNM who stopped me or anybody else from getting positions, and it's not only me, it happened to.
When they'll check
Darian gets told on every afternoon on I-95. Darian is the main spokesman for PNM. Darian and I used to be called in by Patrick Manning to consult and find out what's going on. So you think, Darian have years of experience on radio. You feel he didn't deserve a job with state media?
He could have been working in the communications department.
Give me a break,
He's going to be a consultant, or what is he? That's the word what Lincoln said.
No, he would have do it on radio. He would have do the radio program, because Darian and I talk about that already. Why aren't we given the opportunity to do state media?
Anyhow, check and see if you have anybody in the comments that you would like to share before we give the results of the morning poll. And people were still taking your calls on the morning poll. Apparently, but a lot of people are voting on this. This is a very interesting poll, and coming across our WhatsApp, our YouTube and Facebook channel, and also our WhatsApp channel. Yeah. Lots and lots of comments on this one this morning. So I hold a little bit.
Yeah, I hold absolutely no brief for any of those people who got hired. I don't even know them. I used to be disgusted sometimes when I hear some of the comments coming out from some of those people. But guess what? If they say they want to change their life, then fine. Who are we to say, you must remain a cussbud and a decrepit person? Who are we to say that? Come on.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I voted one because of the fact that it's not generally that I don't have a problem with people getting a job to support themselves and family, but after so many thousands of people were placed on the breadline, by these same people, but once the same people who were placed on the breadline were friends with the same influencers on them. And now they're coming to open them out and talk against the people. You know what thousands of people go on the breadline? The same, I'm not telling them something they can't sort of don't know. When you already cool might know that. But the amount of people who go on the breadline were once friends with the same influencers who talk to them and stab them in the back now. Right? And no. Who are going to reap the benefit? Yeah, they're employed. But employed are these who they sacrifice to that. Some of the same friends are sacrifice to that. So I have a problem with that. If the government paying them out of their money, is all right. But paying them from taxpayer money, hell no. I don't like it.
All right, okay, no problem. Thanks, caller.
Again, as I say, I don't want to conflate the two issues. Yes, I know several people who used to work with me, not working anymore. Sometimes they had to come and, well, let me not even go down that road. A lot of people have lost their jobs, yes. But we don't conflate the two issues. UNC deserve as much criticism for that, doing that to people. You understand? And they did it swiftly this time, You understand? But we're talking about the people who've been employed, who got employment and actually working. Now, we only heard from Matara. I don't know about the others. Maybe they're doing nothing. You understand? But we heard Matara actually going to work and actually working. Why would we have a problem with that?
All right, so the results of the poll is up there, Wendell. You can give them results of the poll.
Close poll, boy.
It's a neck-and-neck situation today.
Yeah. So do you have an issue with social media influencers being employed with WASA? 64% of you said yes, you have a problem with it. 36% said no. All right? 34% said no. All right? Dean Allen, you living here long enough, you pretending you don't know what's really going on here. You are around long enough to know exactly what's going on, so don't pretend you don't know it. That, as I tell all your hypocrisy and me don't go in the same sentence. It's like intelligence and police. Can't go in the same sentence.
Anyhow, people, so that has been our morning poll. And thank you very much for being part of the morning poll. What else is happening in the news, Wendell? Well, I see the health ministry the minister is talking about the Ebola outbreak. I see a lot of people in the Caribbean, some of the other islands having a lot of concerns because whereas I don't know how many visitors and flights come our way from that direction, but there is some concern about it now as if it can reach the Caribbean and of course Trinidad and Tobago. People are very much worried about it. But I know this is not the first time that we have had an Ebola outbreak. And the last time that it happened, I don't think the Caribbean or we had any incidents of persons traveling from that side of the world on the African continent to reach here with the virus, So I suppose with those kinds of checks and balances and what has happened in the past, it's very much unlikely that we should be affected by it. I don't know how you feel about it.
I don't know. I haven't paid it much attention. Honestly, I haven't paid that issue much attention at all. I saw an article about it this morning, but I haven't even read it. As I say, I wish sometimes I didn't have to read the newspaper.
Yeah.
I wish sometimes I didn't have to keep informed, keep abreast of certain things, but that's, maybe we have never interviewed this Minister of Health. He's been kind of laid back, eh?
Yeah, some of them has been, but but even another thing that has kind of not heard much about right now also that just started to flare was that hantavirus situation also.
Yeah, that's gone new too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not hearing anything about that again. Clearly it wasn't. Clearly the WHO was correct in that we shouldn't be concerned about it. It's not a concern because you haven't heard anything again since the cruise ship passengers came off and so on.
Yeah. So I am having some concern with the whole Ebola thing. But as I said, I know they do a lot of tracking. I think it is Antigua and then I think Barbados is also having some concerns where the outbreak is concerned because apparently they get people from that side coming to visit,
Mm-hmm.
So,
when does the World Cup start? Because there's a World Cup coming up in the USA, Mexico, and Canada. So when does it actually start? Anybody can tell us?
On the 11th of June.
Of June? 11th of June?
Yeah, I think it starts on 11th and goes into July.
Ah.
Yeah, until either the 19th or the 26th of July or something like that. It's going to be one of the biggest World Cups, they say, as far as team participation is concerned.
Ah.
Yeah, so...
Harper is World Cup, you're going, you scamp like you. You didn't tell me
that. So don't let all who are absconding because they have work to do and this and that and family to go and check it out. Yeah. And I
Manish also sent me a message that to apply for a passport in Japan, you just have to do everything online, take your picture, send it in, and in a week time, you go in and collect your passport. He said that's how passports are. In Japan.
I still don't understand for the life of me also in Trinidad and Tobago why I have to wait 4 and 5 days to cash a check and working days. I just can't understand that piece of logic at all. Because if I write a check for Wendell and I am the owner of the check and you check in my bank account and I have the funds, why it is that the bank still has to hold your check for 4 and 5 working days before they give you the money?
Because sometimes Wendell didn't write the check. You understand? You never experience that. The operator experiences, where somebody turns up in a bank with your check. Right? With a check purportedly written by you. And the bank call you and you freeze because you know you didn't write that check. That never happened to you?
Well, if they call you, I suppose checks over a certain amount, you can make a call to the individuals,
Sometimes they don't. They've started to do that because they understand sometimes that fraud check might be fraudulent.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I still think this 4 and 5 working days, boy. And I think it was I'd moved to 4 to 5 working days now. So if you get if somebody gives you a check and you deposit that check on Wednesday, it's not until next week, probably Wednesday, you having access to that check, that money, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, how are other places maneuvering this? Why we have to seem to be so backward?
It appears backward, Sir Charles, but it might actually be saving you. Because, you know, strange enough, if you deposit that same check on your credit card, you know it's available almost the following day, yeah? You understand? The same check that they hold for 5 working days. If you deposit it to your credit card, it's sometimes available a day or 2 later, you know.
Okay. Well, like I didn't know that I could have done it that way. Yeah. Well, I have to investigate that and see what's going on. So if
that's been my experience, you know. Anyway, we could take some calls, people. We could take some calls from you all. You can express your opinion. As I say, you don't have to agree with everything we say or we put out. We don't have to agree with one another. We don't always, you know. But let's have your opinion. Let's hear from you.
All right. Okay.
We do have a guest today. Our guest, David Mohammed, is an old man and he can't.
That was yesterday, right? Not for today. I tried to get Gary Griffin this morning, but oh my word, Gary Griffin is in demand where interviews is concerned. I mean, he just gave me a little rundown as to his itinerary this morning from 6:30 this morning. Oh, I mean.
Yeah, because he's one who would have experience.
Yeah.
He's one who would have experience as a commissioner of police. So he understands the machinations of the TTPS. And he's been the only former commissioner who's been willing to speak. None of the others have been willing to speak. You understand? So a lot of people will find out from Gary, hey.
Because you can always get a comment from Gary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, he's very active. He writes his opinions and he sends it out, you know, to the media houses and stuff. So you're not waiting on anybody to get that story. You know, you could follow up with him. You know, so yeah. Anyway, so we here. We taking your calls. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, Charlie, Wendell, and Richard.
Good morning, Miss Sampson.
I had the opportunity the other day to look at a video where a guy was showing the reservoir. I didn't know the reservoir was open like a river where you could do number 1, 2 boats could pass and do the number 2 and whatever. I have a filter on the water line. I have a filter on my tank. There is one under my sink, and I just bought one for the tap of the sink. That one lasted 2 days. Where we getting this water for people to drink? I put it in on Monday. I didn't look at it Monday night. Tuesday, when I go on to wash some dishes, the whole filter already brown on the tap of the sink. It's 3 filters plus a filter on the tap. Where are they getting this nasty water for people to drink? Nobody can clean the reservoir. I didn't know it was open like a river, so where you could
do a reservoir,
dead body, fling a dog, do a number 1, number 2. It's ridiculous when I think about it now. I'm getting upset. I feel the vomit.
Samson, where you living all this time, a reservoir is an open area for collecting water.
I never know. No, to tell you the truth, I thought it was in one of them tanks. Like, they don't have big tanks. They just have it in the ocean.
Normal river.
Normal river.
No, I can't believe it.
What they do is treat it.
When I saw that, I couldn't believe it.
They treat it before it goes into the system, but it's an open space collecting water.
Yeah. When the rain falls, it collects heaven's water. And then they charge you for heaven's water. Thanks very much for Samson. Samson said she find out that then she gets sick. Yes. Yeah. But
we have some of the best water. Our water is of a high standard.
That is what they always say. You know, I mean, our water is of a good quality. It is better to drink our water, they say, than our Wassa water, than even some of these bottled waters that you buy. You know. Yeah. So I have no problem with that. Hey, Mr. Grant. Okay, Mr. Grant, you're hopping and hop out the line? Okay, no problem.
When I see that, you're going to call me.
Mr. Grant,
Who's going to call you?
Mr. Grant.
No, Mr. Grant.
Okay. But Sir Charles, I was listening to you about that check business and that 4 days, which I always find is ridiculous. In 2026.
When Richard, just hold 1 minute. Let me just. Hold on, Mr. Grant, going again. Go ahead, Richard.
and the banking system not being able to find a better methodology that is more current, even if it is to send a quick message to the holder of the account via email, say click verify if you have done this transaction, and you click verify on your email, and bam, they will clear it immediately. If you wanted some backup, why can't you come up with something that does it faster while still maintaining the security of the check actually being issued by the correct person? But like no thought goes into that. None. That's what it is. That's what it is.
But the thing about it, Richard, and they do it right now. Okay, I'm hearing myself. Okay.
Yeah. When he leaves on his mic, that happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they do it with your debit card. If I spend money on my debit card over, and I have a limit, right? So if I spend a certain amount of money, I get an email from themselves asking you if you made this purchase and that sort of thing. So why can't it be done with a check?
Yeah, you got a notification.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you can't have a notification alert saying a check has been presented to clear in less than 4 days. Please verify you made this check. Click here. Bam, and you're done.
That is it.
That's so difficult for banks to do with all the profits all they're making.
Richard, what you do instead using checks? People don't use check again?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying for people who do.
Yeah.
There's some places that do still give you checks, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying for people who do. But I mean, of course, we should get away. We should be moving to a system of transferring funds quickly and efficiently digitally. But until then, when checks come, for whatever reason, clear it faster.
Yeah. I learned the strategy of just depositing it to my credit card. And of course, Royal Bank machines now, you don't even have to put it in an envelope, right? You just have to stick your check in a space.
No, you just put it. But, well, that's just right? That's like Scotia too.
Scotia does it, okay. But my experience it's very easy now.
Yeah, you just deposit. So of course that's the one way to deposit in Scotia. So obviously sometimes people are spending a while by a machine because not all machines do deposit sometimes, which is irritating. And a little criticism, Scotia, sometimes the machine is no longer taking deposits because all they didn't clear it. So they need to work on a system. Because so many people are depositing money via the ATMs.
Yes.
Because they have to. And sometimes the machines are not being efficient enough in doing those transactions. So sometimes people have to leave because none of the machines are taking deposits.
Right.
I've been in situations where I've gone in.
I've experienced some people who don't know what to do because the slot for the check all the way up in the left-hand corner at the top, you have to bend down to find it on the Royal Bank machine that I go. And a lot of people stand there and don't know what to do. And then I show them, listen, you gotta look up in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, and then recently, like Royal Bank has changed their machinery and that sort of thing too.
Well, I know Republic Bank is starting to change some of the machinery, but Republic Bank machines, I'm not clear on what they will do. The new ones, I'm not clear on whether, in fact, they accept deposits like what the Scotia and the RBC machines are doing now without having to put it into an envelope. I have no clue. It's not clear what is happening with the new Republic Bank machines, even though I know they're rolling them out, but oh God.
I haven't experienced the Republic Bank one.
Republic Bank, or they could work for P&M. Oh Lord! Or they're slow in rolling out their machines. Mama, or they like a P&M subgroup. Sorry, a Republic, but that's all let's come across.
Hello, good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Wendell, Richard, and Mr. Charles.
Good morning,
caller. Go ahead.
Richard, I have two things I need some clarity on. I don't know if you can help me in terms of enlighten me as to the position or situation with this issue. One, can the Cameroon family take any action against the state and when? Next one is, what is preventing the cases that we have, like the case against David Lee, Monilal, Julian John? What is preventing them from moving on and coming to a conclusion one way or the other so that these things could be out of the way and people would know clearly whether these people are supposed to be there or not? Could you enlighten me?
Well, that's a justice. The second question is a justice system issue. It goes through the system. It's in queue. I can't answer that for you. That's an issue of the system of justice in Trinidad and Tobago. With regard to the first question, of course you can have a civil case that is running parallel to a criminal case. That can happen. So certainly, even though the issue of whatever is taking place in that case, it does not preempt a family taking civil action against the state at the same time, because it's two separate issues and the court can hear it whether they think it's justified, whatever the writ is that you're filing with regard to.
Yeah, that whole backlog situation, I don't know when we'll get that organized. But Paula, good morning to you.
Hi, morning. Morning, guys. I haven't spoken to you in a while. Coincidentally, in 2024, I made an appointment in the middle of June to get my passport. I got it in July, the 4th of July, it was a Friday. And I went down to the point. I reached like 2 hours early. They pulled me inside. I got through it within an hour. And I got my passport 11 days after through City Post. Now,
you did the expedited one? You did the expedited one?
That was in 2024.
Oh, okay.
In 11 days after, I got through with a passport appointment in 2 weeks. Now, I am speculating that because I know personally some people that worked with TT Post that did courier service with the passport that was working contract and they got fired within the last year. They just got their contract cancelled. And I'm speculating that if it could happen to them and other people, maybe some people who was working in the passport processing also got fired, because there's nothing else to explain how a system that was working just not working now. And now you see, reading the newspaper last week about people charging $2,500 to get an appointment and to get your passport in a speedy manner.
Yeah.
So I don't understand it, because my passport, I came back from St. Lucia in the holiday that we are going to get Saturday coming. And my passport would have expired in August, that same 2024. And I call them and say, it's within the 6-month period, could I get an appointment? And they say, sure. And I could have gotten an appointment 2 days before, but I had to go for the train. And I say, no, I'm from South, could I get point 14, and they said, sure, no problem. 4th of July. And I got back my passport, I think maybe like the 16th or some. It was before the 20th of July.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
I got back my passport.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
A lot has changed clearly.
Yeah. The system is rotten at this point. And the current government has to take the blame for it. It's under your watch. You're the one designated to fix it. So fix it. And stop the mentality of that good enough for them.
Yeah.
It's like they like to see Trinidadians suffer and line up, and it's aggravating me.
A good question to ask is, will you
both of them
will you pay a fee, a bribe, or / money to get assistance at the immigration office? That's a good question to ask people. If you need to get a passport,
everybody will say no.
A bribe, eh?
Everybody will say no.
Yeah, a certain hypocrites will say no.
Yeah. Well, no, what are you paying that for?
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question.
What are you paying that for?
Clearly, plenty people paying it, Richard.
No, we ain't know it's plenty. Some.
Caller, good morning.
Enough to have immigration officers, they say, as I give me the news, that people living in luxurious homes and driving luxurious cars and living as a luxurious life. Because that's what they say. That's what they're accusing immigration officers now of how they live. Some of them living in.
But anyway, the public is right to be outraged that it is taking so long.
Yeah, guys, hold 1 minute, please. Mr. Billy, go ahead.
Yes, good morning. That is not what I call to talk about, but as what's his name? When they're speaking about it, I am one who is very angry, and I think to lock them up. It is too often in this country we hear about mass corruption. That is so sad. What is happening at the immigration office? And they're so bold-faced. They're getting a salary and going to the hotel where people coming from Bangladesh and all about and extorting more money from them. And they're receiving a salary. They must be locked up and expose them for the names and the papers. Let people know who they are in color and tie and looking thing and they're in bubble. I am very angry with that. But my comment this morning really is congratulations to the Red Force cricket team on a resounding victory in the just concluded West Indies Cup. I want to congratulate the coach, Pulong, and also the captain, right, De Silva. And there were some outstanding performances from Kerry Pierre and the guy that calls keepers, Cooper, and some other players. And I want to say well done to Jason Mohammed, who have given Trinidad and Tobago cricket, right? I remember him as a young player in the Oval. His mother from Tobago, and how she should come and bring him and stay right through the day when he playing on the youth team and thing, So he's one of the players who I follow his career and thing. I think that I was disappointed he didn't get a longer stay, hold his place on the West Indies team when he got the opportunity. But I want to thank him for his service. I know that this was his last hurrah, and well done to the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force in after 20 years holding on to the title again. So that was my really substantive contribution. But as Ole was speaking on that matter, which I'm very angry for truth. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Billy. Yeah, because and that's where a lot of the corruption took place, as Mr. Billy said, with a lot of these foreigners or immigrants who coming in and want to get citizenship and so on. That's where it has been really taking place. And people have been talking about this for years, Chinese nationals that don't know an ounce of English getting access to all these things. You know what I mean? Yeah. People have been talking about that for years. But apparently it's gotten 10 times worse within the last year. And Richard said the government needs to take a full a position against it. We've been hearing the minister talking, but talk is cheap now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it gets 10 times worse. People just get careless because it's new people. People just walk into our system and just start to do madness. They're going inside there and seeing and following what the others have been doing long time. That's what's going on. So
yeah,
but the place Trinidad is a real corrupt place.
when Dr. Oli had said that, they nearly lick off his neck. This place is corrupted.
Yeah. Trinidad is a serious.
Bad, every sphere it's corrupted.
Yeah. Anyhow, guys, we're going for the news and we will be back. Stay with us. People will continue with your calls on the other side of the news, okay? Stay with us.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning several aspects of the police-involved shooting that left Joshua Samaru dead and Kaya Seeley injured. In a social media post, Griffith said major forensic and tactical questions remain unanswered, including whether gunshot residue tests were conducted on Seeley and whether fingerprints were lifted from the firearm allegedly found in the vehicle. He also questioned why Seeley was allowed to leave the country if police believed she had fired at officers. Griffith further challenged the officers' tactics, arguing trained police would normally seek cover before advancing toward a vehicle under fire. He also questioned why Samaru, who appeared in video footage with his hands raised, sustained most of the gunshot wounds. Griffith said he was not attacking the TTPS or the DPP, but warned unresolved inconsistencies could further damage public trust in policing. Health Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo says Trinidad and Tobago is on alert, but will not suspend flights over concerns surrounding the Ebola Bundibugyo virus outbreak in Africa. Bodo said the government has already held emergency meetings with regional and local health agencies and activated enhanced screening systems at ports of entry using passenger travel history data. He said authorities are following guidance from the World Health Organization, which does not recommend border closures or travel restrictions. The minister stressed there are currently no suspected or confirmed Ebola cases in Trinidad and Tobago, and described the risk of importation as extremely low. Bodo also urged the public not to panic, noting the virus is not airborne and spreads only through direct contact with bodily fluids of infected persons showing symptoms. Former Permanent Secretary Jacqueline Wilson has been appointed chairman of the Elections and Boundaries Commission. President Christine Kangaloo presented Wilson with her instrument of appointment during a ceremony at President's House on Monday. Wilson brings decades of experience in public administration and governance, having served in senior roles locally and internationally, including at the Commonwealth Secretariat in London. She also helped lead several state reform initiatives, including the establishment of the Ministry of Public Administration and Information, the Police Complaints Authority, and the Ministry of Digital Transformation. Wilson was awarded the Public Service Medal of Merit Gold in 2017 and the Gordon Draper Award for Public Service Transformation in 2023. Political analyst Derek Ramsamouj has won a landmark case before the Caribbean Court of Justice over his detention in Suriname in 2020. The CCJ ruled that Ramsamouj was unlawfully denied access to attorneys and family while held under a Beperking order during a fraud and money laundering investigation. CCJ President Justice Winston Anderson said the detention breached Ramsamouj's rights under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, including freedom of movement as a CARICOM national. The court also ruled that an alleged confession obtained during his detention was unlawful. However, the judges said the ruling does not invalidate the criminal charges still pending against him in Suriname. Ramsamouj was awarded $30,000 in damages after the court found his deteriorating health was partly linked to the unlawful detention. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum says Mexico has no issue hosting Iran's World Cup team after its training base was moved from the United States to Tijuana. Sheinbaum said FIFA officials informed her the U.S. did not want Iran's team staying overnight on American soil outside of matches, leading to the decision to relocate the team's base camp to Mexico. Iran will still play its World Cup matches in the U.S., including games against New Zealand, Belgium, and Egypt, but will train and stay in Tijuana during the tournament. The move comes amid ongoing conflict involving Iran, the United States, and Israel, as well as concerns over U.S. sanctions and security arrangements ahead of the FIFA World Cup, which runs from June 11th to July 19th. Finally, the Israeli military says it has launched a new wave of airstrikes across Lebanon after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced intensified operations against Hezbollah. According to the Israeli military, strikes targeted Hezbollah sites in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley and other areas across the country. In a video statement Monday, Netanyahu said Israel was at war with Hezbollah and had instructed the military to deliver what he described as a crushing blow. The escalation comes despite a 45-day ceasefire extension agreed to earlier this month between Israel and Lebanon, although clashes have continued in southern Lebanon, where Israeli troops remain stationed. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Scandal in Cipriani College! We are back! The box office smash Scandal in Citrus is back! We are back because you demanded it for 3 nights only. Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of May at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 31st at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Scandal in Citrus, we are back at Cipriani College. See it again or see it for the first time. Don't miss it!
Scandal in Citrus!
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Day Bay, 95 Circular Road, Vista Bella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
It's the Grand Clearance Sale at Fats International Styles. Everything must go. All clothing, only $100. Sneakers, just $200. Yes, you heard right. Massive deals, unbeatable prices while stocks last. Visit Fats International Styles Arima opposite Castro's restaurant. Don't miss your chance to grab the hottest styles at crazy clearance prices. Hurry in today because once it's gone, it's gone. S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Two Fat Fellas celebrates its final performance in San Fernando, Naparima Bowl.
One night, one show, Saturday, May 30th, night of the holiday.
Two Fat Fellas stars, Cecilia, Penny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rhodey.
The ridiculously funny comedy is at Naparima Bowl for one final night.
Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral Val Park, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, Athletes by the Park, Southern Food Basket, Market, Coffee Street, and Point Fortin. Naparima Bowl box office opens on Thursday, the 28th of May. Also online at islandetickets.com. For more info, text or call 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Check out our early bird special online at Island E-Tickets. Two fat fellas.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
You know, Sir Charles and Richard, there was a story trending yesterday on social media about someone who bounced up Dr. Rowley apparently in a gas station.
Wendell Eversley, yeah. Yes. I was now going to bring that up, Wendell. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And the fact that he didn't have any security and so on. Of course, that was big news right after the election when it was said that his security detail was withdrawn and so on by the new government and whatnot, right? And maybe we should discuss that today as to what obtains here in Trinidad and Tobago. Because I also see the former president, Carmona. I see him regularly. He's all of us St. James sometimes. Well, mostly in St. James I would see him. And he has no visible security either. And he would have served as a president of Trinidad and Tobago. You know, is it their choice? Or is it the fact that the state does not afford them any type of security? Because, you know, in certain countries like America, they get security for life.
Yeah. I don't think it's their choice. I think it's the state. Remember when, did I go off? Are you all hearing me?
No, we're hearing you.
Yeah, when the current administration came into power, I think she discontinued security for Dr. Rowley. Security issues, and they said they would, and I think they kind of threw it on the police a little bit, because you seeing how the police would have said whatever the threat is, or there's no threat, or whatever. But it's an issue of respect to the previous office holders that, to me, you should have security. Because you would have made decisions as a prime minister that may have alienated certain people, right?
Yes.
For example, the current prime minister would have alienated thousands of people by these decisions to terminate so many people's jobs.
Employment. Mm-hmm.
Yes. If she goes out of power in 4 years' time, would she like it that she no longer has security? But you see, people don't look at it in that framework, because it should be against the office holder. People get vindictive, and because this government seems to be playing from the playbook of the US system, which I think is pretty much what Donald Trump did, he withdrew security from some of the former presidents.
Yeah.
So I think they were just playing on that playbook rather than having a brain of their own and understanding that, look, this is not acceptable within a civilized democracy, especially when an office holder would have made certain decisions concerning X, Y, and Z. And so the office holder should be entitled. I mean, the one would have the least strength in terms of argument would probably be Stuart Young, because he was there for so short. But if there is a policy of former prime ministers and former presidents having some sort of security detail, then that should be held to. And it was this same prime minister, actually, who had argued that when she had first come into power as under the People's Partnership, that installed security for the opposition leader. The opposition leader didn't have it previously. And she felt that it was something, so it's a strange turnaround in terms of whatever, her current political epiphany is, which comes across very, sometimes a little heartless. And
well, Gary Griffith would have taken credit for that back then, because he was advisor on national security back then.
But it was still done under her administration, under the People's Partnership.
Yeah.
And now, under this current, it's like it's all gone to something else. So it's very strange. This current administration is very conflicting, because in some things they're doing well, or at least they're moving or implementing faster than the PNM did. And then some things they coming
across as vindictive.
So it's a weird conundrum.
Yeah. But again, as I said, maybe it'll be interesting to find out if it is that these people choose not to want. You know what I mean? Because Dr. Rowley, if people remember him, drove himself a lot, even especially when he's in Tobago. Even when he was prime minister, he used to go about the place by himself. Mr. Carmona, former President Carmona, too, I also know him as that type of person. He used to be driving himself, and sometimes he would pick up people and offer them a lift, like if he's driving out of Flagstaff and someone is walking out. He would stop and ask them if they want to lift to the gate. You know what I mean? He was always that type of person. So I don't know if it's his choice not to want security, because, I mean, it's a strange thing.
Can you elect not to want security?
Sorry?
If you're a former office holder, can you elect to not want security? You could have a reduced detail. You could have a reduced detail. But I don't think that comes into it, Wendell, because the news from the time this administration came into power, at the time, there was a lot of news concerning the dismantling of the police post and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't Dr. Rowley saying move the police post?
No. Yeah, it's something that has to be addressed, I guess, at some point in time. Because luckily for Sadbi Sessa, after she left the office of Prime Minister, she went straight to being opposition leader for all those years. So that same security detail she has, I think she always had it, as in opposition, because the opposition leader has a security detail.
Since the People's Partnership.
Yeah.
Prior to that, they had none.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if Penelope Beckers has her.
Yeah, I think she has.
Right. And I'm just saying that it was and seems to be from the playbook a la Trump. And you are free to disagree with me, but that's how it comes across.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we could. Sir Charles, is he there? He gone? He could open up the lines.
I'm listening to you guys.
Yeah, we could take a few more calls on any topic that you folks would like to raise with us.
Yeah.
But I know Richard have that little play thing coming up this weekend. So is it at Cipriani?
Yeah, Scandal for 3 nights at Cipriani. I'm sure he'll join us back in 11.
3 nights? How we get 3 nights?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week.
Oh, you going back to Friday?
Yes. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're working overtime this weekend. But let's take your calls. Caller, good morning to you.
Yeah, morning. There's a little information for Richard and Wendell and probably everybody in the chat, for those who don't know. Do you know the longer the bank holds your money, they make profits on it?
Yeah.
They will never change that policy with respect to the length of time they take to change a check. They can do it punto right away, but they will not, because this is a form of using your money to do business on the stock market or wherever they do their business to make profits. So the longer they hold your money, the more profit the banks make. And I don't know if anybody on the chat who may have been aware of that, with police and, being agreement. But I know for a fact that in times gone by when, as a pan man, when Kid Diaz was the president of Trinidad, the government will pay the checks towards the banks for the bands and them to get their money. And they will keep that check there and they are come for 6 months to make profit for themselves to put in their pocket at the time. So So the bank...
You mean Punch and Bago used to keep the money for 6 months?
Yes, this is no lie. That happened a number of years ago. It's false sources showing that they keep it on their account for months to make a profit with our money. And this is how the bank will go about making their profit. So the longer they hold your check, the more money they will make overall. So you feel like they could change, more than change your check when you go to the bank. So that is their policy in order to make extra business on your head. You understand? So for those who don't know, this is I just highlighted it for you. Right?
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
We are finding out they can find out products.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I mean, I've heard so many things about.
Because that is how they declare huge profits at the end of the year. With every little thing that they could tax, charge.
I mean, we hear about so much different bacchanal in Pantry and Bago, especially under the former leaders. But this is the first time I'm hearing that one.
What? Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Nobody, good morning.
Morning, Richard. So, when I was reading the Guardian on Sunday night, when I read about Joshua Samuel's father made an about turn together with his daughter, because they say based on what the attorney told them, they had no other choice more than to agree with the police. And, in my mind, I was thinking, I don't feel that it's true, because I heard that the Guardian said people hack into the thing and bring it out and so on. So I'm thinking, that's fake news. I believe in that. And then yesterday, the attorney said on a television program that the family is in support of Pierre. They are not saying what the Guardian newspaper had. So sometimes I wonder just how these things could have far-reaching effects, because it was talked about this on the radio. And I say, but how fake news has spread so quickly and make people want to believe. But I'm one who don't believe things at all just like that. I analyze things first. So anyway, have a different tune. Just so. Well, right. So that come and gone. I want that part's finished. I'm finished with that part of the story now. So now I am thinking now, if Richard could explain, if the DPP, because of this kind of noise going on and everything mixed up, if the DPP could come out and just explain why he did certain things, just to clarify, because this thing not going to end, So Richard, can he do that, please, for the population?
The DPP is a constitutionally independent office holder who can do what he wants and makes his own decisions. That's my answer to you.
Yeah, so if the noise gets loud enough and it stays consistent enough, he might be compelled to say something.
Now, what you have to remember is that the DPP is operating on the evidence proffered to him from the TTPS in making a decision on a file. So it's whatever evidence is proffered by the TTPS, because the TTPS is the investigative arm, inverted commas, so to speak, of the DPP's office. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that investigate criminal activity or whether criminal charges should be laid or not, or accumulating the evidence. And in certain cases, they will take it to the DPP to decide, well, okay, does this meet the level of beyond reasonable doubt? Which should always be the barometer. And sometimes I think some DPP officials, some of the lawyers, they sometimes don't keep that in mind, in my opinion. But you should really always keep that in the back of your mind. Does this meet the threshold of beyond reasonable doubt? As an officer of the court, am I wasting the court time, or is there enough of a prima facie case here that I can argue beyond reasonable doubt that this person is guilty? Mm-hmm. You don't have to be 100% sure, but that you feel that there is an argument beyond reasonable doubt on whatever evidence is there, that you believe that argument can be made. And if that argument can't be made, or you feel this does not meet the threshold, then you should really discontinue that action and say, well, look, I don't believe this meets the threshold, you need to release that person.
And that's what's been happening, Richard. a lot lately in the courts these days. The DPP has been matters have been publicly defended by the Public Defender's Department to show that there were errors and people have been walking free. That's what's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah. And what is even a little more disturbing about it, because of the fact Richard says that wasting the court time, that is one thing, but then it costs years because people now turn around and sue the state and on all those different, and a lot of them money. And
it can cost the state, yeah, because sometimes you have cases that are frivolous, you have some cases that are not strong, and you really and I get it. It's a difficult, sometimes it's a difficult assessment. And you have to have, however, you assess files. There should be, I assume, there's some directive or some manual in assessing files and how you look at it, and that it should meet certain criteria. I assume they have some sort of standard manual that guides attorneys there. I don't know. I've never been in DPP's office, and I know they're under-resourced in terms of the amount of attorneys, but they've been under-resourced for years, and that's a recurring issue. So it can't be a recurring issue for so long. That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. And that the state is not paying attention to that for so long, and then arguing about criminality and stuff. If you're not giving one of the major stakeholders in the criminal justice system enough resources, what you expect?
Yeah. Before you go on, Wendell, let me just take this call now. Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, gentlemen. Norfolk, Virginia, front center. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, yeah. Hey, you know what? As I say, I wasn't going to vote in your poll, but because people say I ain't living here and all kind of thing. But you know what? Hey, pot can't call the kettle black. Influencers, you remember in front of the word influencers, you have social media influencers. They were always influencers on both sides of the aisle. Right? So the pot can't call the kettle black. And because of today's digital age, information is readily available immediately or, in a very short space of time, right? Back in the days of the PNM, you had Ivan Williams. Remember that guy? Ivan the Terrible, right? Back in the days, you also had some people involved in the steel band movement who had to control all the badgeons, as we call them, back in those days. Right, and then the ULF, that was the predecessor of the UNC, they had in their own communities similar situations. So that's basically what it is. And relating to security for former heads of state in the US, listen, they still provided discreetly or indiscreetly a secret service detail, right? But in some situations, like once there was an imminent threat to Bill Clinton while he was out of office, they enhanced the security. And lastly, could you guys remember when the Prime Minister lost an election that first time after a first term? Didn't the police driver and escort right after the results came in just passed like a full PTSD bus, just left her right there wherever she was? Is that true?
No, anyway, that's not true. You spread it. That's not true, okay. Because I saw somebody posting that the other day. That's not true.
Yeah.
So take that off the burner one time.
Yeah, you can take that one off the burner.
That issue of the security details. In thinking about it, maybe you should be able to elect whether you want security details or not. Because, like, if you are prime minister and you have left office, I'm talking about Wendell Stephen, the person, you may not want security around Marco in your business, So you need to say it could elect. I thought about it and I said maybe.
Especially if you're a Trinidadian.
I for sure can't afford that vote. I don't want no security wrong.
If you are a Trinidadian who don't go straight home, who can't even carpool.
You can imagine, especially when I travel abroad. You think I want that security with me? Well, you're mad.
when you go to Rupungi.
When I go to Rupungi and even my woodies in Toronto today. You think I want security there? No.
Oh no. No.
These are the things that you could elect.
Hold on there, guys. Caller, go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen. I just want to pick up on a point that Richard was making there, right? Or he's saying the PP have to act on the file or the information or the investigation of the police even, right? And he just brought it up that we've seen many cases where the case collapsed, and then because in these police involved cases too, where it was shown that the story and or the investigation the police did was not truthful or factual, and then the case collapsed. They had to dismiss the people and spend a set of taxpayers' money, to give them that, right? So now, if the DPP seen in the public domain a video with the footage and everything before, right? They will wait to carry that to trial and they come then to prove the so in other words, he know up front that the police misleading him in the investigation. Second point is this. I was doing a check, right? There are several CCTV surveillance cameras between Maloney and St. Augustine. There's six Ministry of Works and Transport cameras, and Piaco and Pasero all coming down, 6 cameras. Then there are police surveillance cameras in between. Then there are more than a dozen private cameras that capture the footage along that road. And up to now, the police can come up with one footage to verify the case that they were shooting them at them before or after, right?
Yeah, or there was in fact a chase. Caller, you're spot on, We had raised that here too, Yes. Spot on. Where's that footage?
Yeah, look how much cameras and all kinds of things. So I did take it the 4 months was to check the footage of different people, private people, and then come and show we were listening. In fact, they were being shot at. The next thing I seen is this. In certain media houses and so on, when they're showing the footage of Joshua Samaru thing, right? They're blowing out the part of the man pushing out the hand up in the air. If he had a gun pushing out, they would have blown it out. They're blowing out that image where he pushing up your hand in the air. Watch somebody footage from them in media. They're blowing that out.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what? I can't wait to find out, and maybe I don't know if we will ever find it out. First, Kaya Sealy has not been charged. Yeah, people. The issue is not being charged, right? As yet, because she is in the US still seeking medical attention. So she is not being charged. We have been hearing that they've ordered charges against her, right? They're going to institute. She's not being charged. We are reading in today's papers that Kaya Sealy, right, and Joshua went to sell a gun, and that Kaya put the Glock in her bra. A Glock can fit in no bra? People know what a Glock is? How a Glock fitting in the bra? And you're also reading that she may allegedly have been shot in the back. Or somebody who said they point a gun at the police. The policeman, the reports of the newspapers, say the policeman at the back of the car, say he saw her pointing a gun at him and he shot at her. Right? So if it shows that she gets shot in her back, how she pointing a gun at you? All of that, I guess, is going to come out eventually, or it may never come out, because guess what? In 3-4 months' time, we may never hear anything about charges or that Kaya back home, and we may never hear that again, people. Just trust me.
She's a U.S. citizen. She's already home, Wendell.
Yeah?
If she's a U.S. citizen, does she live in the U.S.?
Right. Well, I guess what I was saying. So we may never hear anything about this thing again,
Yeah. But isn't there anything that, and I think I was asking this question, that we as people, or is there any other office that can ask for another investigation as to what, just like how they ask for autopsies to be done over and that sort of thing, that we could get another independent group, like a commission of inquiry to deal with this whole situation? Because regardless of what the police say, nobody believes in them, man.
No.
Nobody's believing the police right now,
There is one. It's called the PCA.
And
he is the designated authority to investigate police misbehavior, inverted commas, and certainly police killings. Anytime there's a police killing, isn't the PC involved?
Yeah. Fran Romani, Kaya has been speaking. I don't know if you've been reading it. She is speaking. We don't know if she's telling the truth or not. We can't determine that.
Yeah,
but she is speaking.
She's never held a gun in her life.
Yeah. She is speaking.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
She said
good morning to you.
in her life. And
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, caller. Go ahead, Tina.
Good morning, all those locked on. What I want to say is that what I found strange is that the discharge came out from the DPP without the police complaints authority finishing their investigation.
They're two independent things.
Pardon me?
They're two independent things.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, well, what is the sense after if they realize that some wrong was done to these individuals? What will it do now with a charge that is already there?
Well, that's for the state to work out, because then they would have to present their evidence in the DPP's office. The DPP will go over it, and the DPP can withdraw a charge. Huh?
Well, that is what I want to know. And I am saying the DPP not living in Timbuktu. He living right here. And I'm sure he see the same video you and I see and know what's going on. So he living right in this Trinidad and we small.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand? So this is what I want to know. This is listen. You get some games, yes, thank you.
Okay, no problem. That whole situation as to somebody was drawing it to my attention this morning. My wife was actually saying that in this Trinidad and Tobago, you have a chase from Maloney going all the way down to St. Augustine. And how people just flick out their cameras so quick. Not one person was behind that police vehicle or any other, pull out the camera, dash cam, nothing. Yeah. We have seen nothing.
Nothing.
You know,
if a fly go across somebody's windscreen, you getting footage of that now.
You understand? If there's an accident, if a man stop on the highway with a pee,
everything you're getting footage of now.
Yeah, but
we had no footage of that.
Yeah, major time of delay coming down a major highway with all that traffic.
Well, not everybody has dash cams, but so you already have to depend that somebody had a dash cam then on that point and was noticing that there was a chase. Because
one cell phone, everybody have a cell phone.
Because didn't the police say there was a chase from Maloney?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It started there.
You know, I was just thinking about that. So, you know, so there was a chase from Maloney, and you're right, there should be footage of this chase.
Come on.
Because you're going into urban areas at certain points. So there should be footage of a chase, or even people saying, hey, look, the police chasing a car. Let me take out my phone. Because you know, Trinidadians are super quick now at So, but you've seen no footage of that. So, you know.
It's Maloney lights. It's Maloney lights. After you pass Maloney, it have Dabadi, not Dabadi, it have Piaco lights, right? After Piaco, it have Trinity lights. After Trinity, it have Orange Grove lights. After Orange Grove, it have Macoya lights, right? So let's say they swing up Macoya. Look at my lights, huh? And my places, and those are trafficked areas.
Yeah.
And so the police cars are so slow, they couldn't catch up with that vehicle. What kind of vehicle you was driving?
A little Aqua, Richard.
So the Aqua has so much speed?
But all this we talk about already, you know. Since when an Aqua could outrun a police car?
So the police could not block them and all them lights and corner the vehicle and bacchanal?
Yeah.
And call for backup and response and all kind of thing.
They wait till they reach crash into a drain in a back road to come and riddle them up with bullets.
Hold 1 minute there, guys. Caller, good morning.
TTPS.
Good morning, gentlemen. Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning.
To add a little culture to the bacchanal, if no other reason justifies my statement close down the police service and pay them off and start over. This incident does. Here's why. You want to tell me in Trinidad and Tobago that at Kia Sealy pointed a weapon at the police service. Joshua Shamaru, who was in the driver's seat, stuck his two hands out the door. But Joshua Shamaru gets 17 bullets, and the Kia, who had the gun pointed at the police, may have gotten one or two. Close down the police service and pay them off and let me start over, because definitely them police can't shoot. That's what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not about dash cam with Richard. It's about state-provided surveillance system that they have all over the nation's highway that they stay working.
Yeah, but
we don't need dash cam footage. We didn't need dash cam footage. We didn't need cell phone footage. There are state-provided cameras that we spend millions of dollars on to survey the nation's highway. That recording should have been available to convince us that there really was a chase and what happened. Also, added to that, there's an international protocol that you don't shoot people in built-up areas. You know how much people can get killed in a shootout? This galvanized fence at the side was there. Somebody's child was on the other side of the galvanized fence. So they charge Kia for that murder too. You know, say that is because they crashed. That is, you're going to kill 10 people and say, well, we was doing a car chase, and it's because we was in a car chase, 10 people dead. When would it have stopped? When we going to start to use common sense and logic in this whole situation? And you're right, with Rendell. You're right. The DPP should advise the police to charge. Thus far, the police hasn't charged anyone.
No.
As far as we know, the police hasn't charged anyone. You know how difficult, how long, how difficult it's going to be. And somebody used the word to inform. You have to request the U.S. to extradite a U.S. citizen. You know how difficult it is to extradite a U.S. citizen from the U.S.?
Especially if they see that video.
Especially when they see that video. Safe on aside from that, according to Mr. Mohammed on TV6 program yesterday, which jury you going to get in Trinidad and Tobago after all this evidence, after everything that people have seen? Even if you get here to Trinidad, which jury is going to convict that woman? The police wasting their time. The DPP
wasting our time.
Yeah.
And you're wasting our time. That case is going to go nowhere after 20 years, of course. Right? When you bring this woman here who is paralyzed, what accommodation you have for her in the prison? Huh?
Well, a man's got a charge of bail, not so, Richard?
Yeah. So you're going to get here.
Huh?
Murder has bail too.
Yeah. So she probably won't spend any time in a prison.
Yeah. Maybe the and you remember just like how the police sees all the footage from the Republic Bank thing in Port Speed. From the maybe that is what they did with all the things on the highway. Maybe they seize all the footage. Hello, good morning, Captain Ron.
Good morning, gentlemen. You know,
morning,
quite interesting
Captain.
this morning, as usual. Many points. First of all, Miss Silly actually is a niece of one of my friends. Even Sir Charles, you went to school with him too. He's an ex-police officer from Trinidad. His name is Eric Silly. And so he and all is quite surprised what's going on. But everybody's watching. But according to what you said, Wendell, pertaining to having a gun in their bra, how come they're not mentioning that? How come they're not mentioning that? And then why, if that was the case, if there was a gun in the car, why didn't they go in the car and pick it up and show us right away? All of this is only coming out because they showed the tape and the people of Trinidad and Tobago and around the world is reacting.
Yeah.
Right? Secondly, as the gentleman said before, what I've been wondering, and my friend, because my neighbor is a police officer, I've been talking to him a lot about it. He said, how come, I don't remember how far it is from Maloney to where they went, how much time accumulated between that time. But doesn't all the police cars in Trinidad have radios? They could call another car. How come that was the only police car behind those people?
Yeah, other police cars showed up after.
Yeah.
But I'm talking
maybe
about
they did make that call.
from Maloney to St. Augustine.
Yes.
Maloney to St. Augustine, you chasing somebody, you want you be in the car on the radio telling somebody to come and cut it off? That doesn't make sense. And that's how they do things here. And as I think as Lincoln said rightly, if you going to extradite, try and get a U.S. citizen extradited with something like that, you have to prove to them beyond a reasonable doubt that you feel you have a conviction. You can't have that kind of video exposed then trying to get the U.S. to extradite one of their citizens. You know? And then you're going to have to go sit down in Trinidad for 10 years before the case is called while the police officers are going and kill other people. You know, something is, and Mr. Allen said something 2 days ago, or last Friday, I think. And I quoted this, it has certain killer police group going on in Trinidad. I don't know where he got his information, but he said it. It's on tape. So people, you know, I'm looking at coming to Trinidad soon. Usually my brother, when they're there, they rent a car. I don't drive in Trinidad. I'm afraid to drive in Trinidad. I never drove in Trinidad.
I don't blame you, no?
And so we have to be careful when we're driving around because police can just jump in your car and shoot you or shoot and then tell you, don't move. After they kill you, don't move.
Yeah.
What is that? That doesn't make sense.
You have the right to remain silent.
Yes.
Or if not, we'll make sure you stay silent.
Right.
Captain Ron, thanks much. Yeah.
I mean, we too are going to eventually drop this story, you know, folks. We have no choice.
No,
something else is going to come up.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I mean, nothing about that incident makes sense. Nothing about it makes sense. When you look at the video, nothing that the police could come in, and Sir Charles said it just now. The police, nobody is ever going to believe them, you know. I don't know if they know that, you know. You better produce a body with Kayasili and forensics, and so you better produce that, you know. You better produce the video evidence of them shooting at you whilst you running them down, you know. You better produce some kind of body cam footage of her pointing a gun at you and then you shooting at her. You better produce that, otherwise people will never believe what you say, you know. TTPS, they will never believe you, you know.
Caller, good morning to you.
Morning. Wendell, stop stressing yourself now, man.
I'm not stressing myself.
Stop stressing yourself.
I'm only doing this for the show, Robert.
Well, let me tell you why now. Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die.
May I show about that now? I think real people who tell lies up in heaven right now. Real people who tell lies up there in heaven right now.
Who is that front door?
Caller, good morning to you.
Morning.
Manish, after evening, no try that morning thing with me.
Yes. Gentlemen, Richard, Sir Charles and Brendel. Hey, what's up?
They're not to Rupungi tonight, or?
No, I ain't going to Rupungi tonight.
Manish, you know? Manish, since Wendell left, have you gone back to Rupungi?
Yeah, I went to Rupungi a week ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you was only going because of Wendell, you know.
No. Yeah. But I ain't talking about the police situation here. I talk about the passport situation in Trinidad. You understand? My son applied for a new passport in Japan, right? And would you believe we went online, fill out the form, right? Print it out, let him sign it, and take a picture with our cellular phone and post it in the mail. And 1 week later, tonight, we went and picked up that a passport, and the passport opens till like 9 o'clock in the night, from Monday to Friday, and then Saturday till 5, and Sunday 12 o'clock. So why in this modern time we live in, you can't get an appointment until next year for a new passport, or if they extradite it, you have to pay $3,000. Who gonna pay that money? Who want that money to pay? It's very bad. I don't like that at all. Like we're going backwards.
Yeah, that's backwards.
The government getting some blows for that. The government getting some blows for that, for the system, and the system not working efficiently for people. And they had to fix it. So at least the good news is that they did say they were sending out. I never read that article actually. Let me see if I could find it quick before we sign off. Where that was, but I didn't get it.
Spanish. Okay, so hoping to see you guys in Japan next year.
Definitely.
CJ says she coming, Manish.
Yeah. Oba organizing a tour, so we check go behind that and so Charles.
Yes.
And I'm organizing a hotel that Roppongi will be 3 stops away.
I for that.
What? Manish, tell them what happens in Roppongi stays in Roppongi.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thanks much.
Yeah. Hi, Manish.
Next thing I reach Roppongi and overdose.
If I finish looking for Pungi and Rapungi, let me just read a little bit of the article. One day after the Sunday Guardian published an article stating that booking an e-appointment for a passport on the Ministry of Homeland Security website takes as long as 6 months, the ministry issued an expression of interest for suitably qualified entities to upgrade its passport portal. Yesterday, the ministry posted on its website an EOI to upgrade its machine-readable passport, MRP, to an electronic passport, e-passport, for the Immigration Division. Deadline for submission is June 19th. The ministry stated that the EOI intends to identify private and public sector entities that would be interested in providing service to upgrade the passport issuing and control system from MRP to e-passport, which is what I think a lot of countries use now, the e-passport issuing and control system. One of the scope overviews is that the entity must be able to develop and commission a fully functional online application for e-passports with online payment processing. Applicants currently pay for their passports at the Immigration Division's 5 functional offices using their credit or debit cards. Cash is also accepted, blah, 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 blah. Another scope is that the entity has to develop 750,000 e-passport booklets compliant with the International Civil Aviation Organization's blah, 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 latest machine-readable travel documents and maintenance and support services for the e-passport issuing and control system for a period of 5 years. The Sunday Guardian went into kind of self-praising there. Booking an appointment, the delay has sparked growing frustration and anger among citizens, some of whom have taken to social media to complain about the length of time they have to wait, to describe the situation as outrageous, unacceptable, and ridiculous. So that's just a sense of the article.
All right. So Charles, we squeeze in one more?
Okay, if it comes through very quickly.
Yeah. You could squeeze in a quick call there before we go. But as I told people earlier on, eventually we are going to move on from this story.
Of course, other things going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, because things are happening so fast. But I don't know how the TTPS is going to recover from this one. I think they're hopeless. I've said it on more than one occasion. The TTPS under its current leadership, hopeless. That's all That's all I'll say.
PCA, they hurry up with the investigation, right? That's basically what we need. The PCA.
They go ignore the PCA. They don't call the PCA. They done insulted the PCA last time and whatnot. They go just ignore them. That's all.
All right. Final. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Do anybody think that the DPP is getting senile or under threat?
No.
Because if they're sending out, if they're giving murderer bail and then they're looking to put bandits in jail, what making sense? The murderer done murder, let them stay there, hang them, do something, and put the rest inside of there. The man must be going sea line or under threat.
No, Mr. Sampson, he's not going sea The DPP is not going
Sometimes I started to worry about you, about your contributions, you know.
Yeah. All right.
You okay there, Miss Sampson? You want the mayor visit you?
Oh boy.
Or that music blasting too much in your head from that bar across you.
Yeah, I know what don't go, but don't walk by that bar too early.
Yeah. Stay off your balcony for the next few days, okay?
Yeah. All right, guys, we can even hear forward this morning. We're getting
man.
Big scandal.
All right. So NetRadioTT.com continues on all platforms. Once you can get an internet connection, you can get Net Radio. So NetRadioTT.com continues throughout the day with excellent programming. And Net Radio Trinidad on TuneIn is where you tell your smart devices to listen so that you can get the programming wherever you have a smart device, whether it be Amazon, Apple, or Google. All you have to say is take me to Net Radio Trinidad on TuneIn. We know you have a choice in what you listen and what you watch, and we're glad that you chose us as always. And of course, Scandal in Cedrus is on this weekend. Theater is back. We start on Friday, so Friday at 8:30, then Saturday at 8:30, and Sunday at 6:30. Scandal in Cedrus is back at Cipriani College. We're looking forward to it, and tickets have been zooming, I am telling you, at all outlets. All outlets are selling tickets, and so get your tickets early. Don't say I didn't tell you. This show has been having a phenomenal run. We are on, and of course the major outlets are K Squared Fashions in Eastgate, West Mall, and Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Electronics Arima, Jubilee Railway in Tunapuna, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza, and Sharfley Other Services in Sharfley. You can also purchase tickets online. You can go to RSRR Productions Theatre on social media, whether it be TikTok, Insta, or a Facebook, and you can see the methodology to accomplish that. Still looking forward to launching our website. Hopefully we get it done this week. We're still, waiting on some issues with Republic Bank. But yeah, looking forward to it. We're very excited about moving forward with this play. And so we're on this weekend. Do not miss it. Have a fantastic day, people. It is Tuesday. Put a smile on your face, whatever you're doing. And don't let nothing bother your head. Come on. Smile. It's good for your health.
Yeah, do like what we do here when 9 o'clock come, we done. Folks, have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God. Take care.
Yeah. So you've been watching
The Breakfast Show.
Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes